So throughout this year, learning a lot more about the sport of baseball, there's always been this one guy, this one person that always comes up. Whether that's in a match and people are commentating, whether that's YouTube videos, even in matches when he's not even playing, there's always this one player that everyone is always talking about, and that's Shohei Ohtani. And so in this video today, I wanted to do some more research on this player. Is he the best player in the world? Why is everyone talking about him? Is he that dominant? In this video today, I'll be reacting to a YouTube video put on by the MLB YouTube channel, looking at two-way players, more specifically Shohei Ohtani. We're looking at the greatness that he is, or is he? Why is everyone talking about him? What makes him so special? That and more coming up today as I react to that video. So what is up, guys? My name is Philip and welcome to my channel Psych Pass Shoot Score, your channel for anything baseball, basketball and NFL related. And in this video today, gonna be sticking with the sport of baseball, looking at Shohei Ohtani, looking at the great things that he's been doing within his career and what makes him so special and why everyone's actually talking about him in this YouTube video, reacting to it, put on by the MLB YouTube channel.
Unless you're about 100 years old, you have never seen this before.
Old people face. That's hilarious.
Baseball is witnessing something insane.
I don't want to say freak, but he's close to it.
Imagine if Tom Brady led the league in touchdowns thrown and sacks. That is how crazy it would be if one of the best hitters in the league and one of the best pitchers in the league were the same person.
Wow, that is crazy. Like when you really think about it, because I watch a lot of NFL, well, I have been over the past couple of years, and seeing Tom Brady and how dominant he has been in the Patriots and then now in Tampa Bay, seeing how dominant he has been and thinking about, okay, yes, he's been that dominant, but think about if he was doing that on the other side of the football as well. Yeah, that would be crazy. So if Shohei's actually doing that as well in the sport of baseball, I can see why everyone's talking about him.
That's exactly what's going on. Shohei Ohtani, the first two-way star in 100 years, goes against everything we thought we knew about baseball, and yet he is making it look easy. So, quick question. What's a two-way player? And why isn't everyone doing it? It's ShoTime.
Ah, ShoTime. That is a sick nickname. It's ShoTime.
For all of modern baseball history, there have been two distinct types of baseball players: pitchers and hitters. While some pitchers know how to swing the bat, most of them are just out there trying not to get hurt.
Maybe I'll just give up.
They didn't even
While
try.
every once in a while a hitter will get called in to eat a couple innings in a blowout game, they definitely aren't taking the mound every 5 days. And that's the way it's been since the birth of position specialization over 100 years ago. Check out our pitch types episodes for that refresher. And like, comment, subscribe, yada yada yada.
Well, yeah, same on this channel. If you're enjoying this video, looking at the sport of baseball as I've been in the past couple of videos, if you enjoy any content like that, make sure you subscribe for more content like this. So yeah, yada yada yada.
What that basically means is, as baseball got popular, players really started to focus in on what they were best at. If you were especially good at hitting, you only did that. And while pitchers still had to bat on the days they started, their real job was only to get better at throwing. Check out our DH episode for that refresher.
Well, yeah, same here. I reacted to that video a couple of videos ago, so if you're interested, make sure you look at that video, check out my reaction to their video on their channel.
What Ohtani's doing, pitching and hitting at elite levels, is extremely rare, but not unprecedented. In 1918, Babe Ruth was a pitcher, but he hit so well on the days he pitched that the Red Sox started playing him in the field just to get his bat in the lineup.
Wow.
Ruth not only won 9 games on the mound, but hit 11 home runs to
Whoa.
lead the American League.
That's
Think
crazy.
about that. The last time there was a dominant two-way player in Major League Baseball, a gallon of gas cost a quarter.
Following year, he hit 29 home runs. Then he went to the Yankees, and his pitching days were pretty much over.
To the Yankees, his bat was just too valuable to risk him pitching. The two-way hitter lived on a few decades longer in the Negro Leagues, where smaller rosters meant it wasn't uncommon for players to serve double duty. For Ted Radcliffe, it became a calling card. He earned his moniker during a doubleheader, where he hit a grand slam while playing catcher in Game 1,
Nice.
and then threw a complete game shutout as a pitcher in Game 2. And then there was Martin Diego. The man didn't just pitch and hit. He logged over 200 innings at every position except catcher.
Whoa.
He was even a player manager for a season with the New York Cubans.
He did everything.
But what Ohtani
Wow.
is doing is just another level.
He's the best baseball player I've ever seen in my life. He can hit a ball 900 feet and throw 99 off the mound.
Yeah.
Like, who else is doing that, bro?
While it's common for baseball players in the US to hit and pitch in high school and college, there's even an award for it named after two-way college phenom John Olerud. Every player has had to make the choice. To succeed at the major league level, to really stick, it's all about being great in one area. No one's been able to excel by splitting their focus in two.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because just looking at elite sports, especially playing at that level, you really need to be amazing at such specific skills. So looking at that physically and mentally, the amount of things that just pitchers or just batters need to do to make sure they're actually great at that is just so much. So imagine adding another component that you're actually trying to be great in as well. So it makes sense physically and mentally and all the different things that are required for them in their specific positions that you'd only pick one and actually go for that full force when you are entering the pros. But then also when thinking about other things, maybe not just positions, different positions, but then also like dual sport athletes, you do have those anomalies. So for example, Deion Sanders or Bo Jackson, these people played multiple sports and they are actually amazing at them at their kind of specific time period. So although it is more common for people to have long careers if they just stick to kind of one specific thing, there are these kind of anomalies, outliers, where they just kind of say no to just the say so and actually go for whatever they want to do, whether that's dual sport or dual position. And it seems like Shohei is actually doing that as well.
So why has Ohtani's story unfolded differently? Well, it was mostly by chance. Like many American high school prospects, Ohtani was a two-way star in Japan. He led his team deep into the Koshien, a national high school tournament that is a huge deal there. He was one of the highest profile prospects in Japanese baseball history, and everyone everywhere was interested in signing him.
Yeah, no surprises
Japanese
there.
teams in the Nippon Professional Baseball League viewed Ohtani as a pitcher. American teams viewed him as a hitter. If he signed with the major league team, he almost certainly would have been asked to focus on just his hitting. The 18-year-old phenom, like dozens of two-way players before him, was ready to focus on just one skill set. He declared his intent to play in MLB and asked the Japanese teams not to draft him.
Wow.
But the Nippon Ham Fighters had an ace up their sleeve.
日本ハムが30ページにも及ぶこうプレゼンの資料を持って
Well, they
そ
still
の中に
tried.
二刀流
Even though he said
バッターもや
no.
るピッチャーもやるこういう風に使っていったらどうかなっていう
The NPB has a more robust tradition of two-way players than MLB. However, the league hadn't seen a bona fide two-way player in 60 years.
あこれは一概にピッチャー一本にしろって言えないぐらいすごい才能なんだなっていうのをこう直接見た選手たちはみんな一様に理解する認識するという状況が彼の
The club took a risk, and it paid off. Ohtani signed.
Oh,
Ohtani
Fair
wasn't
enough.
the second coming
Good
of Babe Ruth
proposition.
right out of the gate. It took time for the rookie to adjust to the professional level as a two-way player. Time he may not have been given with another team or league.
yeah, that's
He
true.
spent 5 seasons with the NPB, proving himself as a two-way threat. He racked up a league championship and a whole host of hardware.
Whoa.
まあ、簡単に言ったら今もそうかもしれないですけど、まあ、漫画の主人公みたいなことです
Still, when Ohtani had the opportunity to take his talent stateside, he had to choose carefully. Even after proving himself in the NPB, there was no guarantee he'd get the chance to be a two-way player in MLB. But just like the Nippon Ham Fighters, the Angels were willing to take the risk.
挑戦できる環境があるのかというのでエンゼルスを選んだと思います
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I think that was a great decision for him to actually spend those years playing professional in Japan, especially because they provided him the opportunity to improve as a batter as well as a pitcher. And that could have been time where maybe if he went straight to the MLB, maybe a team wouldn't have given him that luxury. I mean, they were saying that Babe Ruth was the last person who was doing things that he was doing, and that was forever ago. So to think that teams would be as kind of happy for someone, a rookie and young person, to be progressing in both areas, it seems like it would have been less likely. So maybe that time that he spent in the Japanese professional league, that gave the Angels a lot more confidence to see that, okay, he's done it in this professional league. There's a high likelihood that he would be able to continue to progress and then do that in the MLB. Of course, the levels are different, but I'm sure that gave him a bit more confidence when they were drafting him. So no, that's really interesting. I think that was a great choice for him, and it apparently shows that he's actually been doing well and he's continued to work hard, and now he's reaping the benefits there with the Angels.
That's it. Take one part phenom talent, add an open-minded GM, a healthy dose of patience, and voila, we all get to witness history.
Patience is key.
But what happens next? It's like Ohtani unlocked a cheat code. Teams get 2 star players for the price and roster spot of 1. So does that mean other two-way players are going to follow? Maybe. There are a few players in the minors being given the chance. So maybe Ohtani is just a peek at the future where two-way players are normal. If more players were given the chance to do both, maybe they'd surprise us. With a little practice and determination, your favorite fireballer could be capable of launching bombs.
That would be crazy.
And those cannons in the outfield, who's to say they couldn't throw gas?
That's true.
First pitching appearance. 94. They're going, what?
Or maybe Ohtani is just different.
Yeah, that was really good. I think definitely showed a bit more details into who Shohei is, where did he come from, what makes him so great. So definitely that was a great video. But what's you guys' thoughts in the comment section about whether people being in certain positions and playing both positions is going to be a regular thing in the future, or if it's just going to be a one-time kind of thing or one-time anomaly? I think from my point of view, I think it might be a bit more likely. Maybe a bit more teams will be happy to kind of test out the waters with some people playing dual positions, but I don't think it's going to be some crazy influx of a lot more players actually having that opportunity. Just at the end of the day, it seems like it's just a lot more risky in terms of that player being injured or just multiple different factors that would need to be considered. So I think it's not going to be that much of a crazy influx, but maybe some teams will actually start to look at it and maybe test those waters and see what would happen. But yeah, overall great video. I'll definitely be looking at Shohei in more detail, looking at some more of his matches as now the regular season is continuing and we're getting a bit closer to the playoffs. We'll see what happens with their team, whether they progress and have a deep run in the playoffs, maybe even win the World Series, or if they don't really have that great of a season. I mean, it will be great to kind of see how they progress entering into the playoffs. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe for more content just like this, and I look forward